Good morning and welcome to Coffee Talk. So Atlanta was great yesterday. I met with Michael and Lou Dickey, who own Modern Luxury Cumulus Media. So they have like 60 publications, 600 radio stations, and it's sort of an opportunity to create my own position there, kind of like my dream job. So I don't 100% know if it'll work, but the good news is that they're excited and I'm excited. So we'll see, and I'll keep you posted. The cooler part was I got to take Taylor and Jennifer with me, who, these young kids have never sat at a table like that. I mean, first of all, most people don't get to sit at a table with Michael and Lou Dickey anyway, let alone interns or kids that just graduated from college. So I emailed Michael and I said, hey, do you mind if my interns, my assistants, whatever you want to call them, come with me to the meeting? And he was like, no, that's fine. So they drove with me to Atlanta and they were able to sit at the table. And he did a great job of engaging them, talking to them about school and sort of what their interests are. And I was smiling. I was so happy, trying not to answer for them. I'm such a mom. That's so annoying. Oh, Jamie, don't speak when they're speaking. But they were kind of nervous, and it was cute because that kind of experience is invaluable for kids that are 23, to sit at that kind of table. And they were listening to us. The meeting went on about 90 minutes. And, it was those guys and then me, and it was banter back and forth. And it was a lot of media conversation and dialogue and a lot of business talk. And when we left, they were like, we've never heard anything like that. Like, we know those kinds of conversations take place, but we've just never heard it. And so I was really happy for them. Anytime that you can sort of be who you needed when you were younger, or provide an experience for somebody who would otherwise not have it, you should at least try, because they were so happy to be part of it. And I was happy to have them there. So it worked out great. So anyway, I got a letter from a woman who found out that her husband was having an affair. And they are currently working on their marriage, which means that this woman has already had her heart broken, gone through the excruciating grieving process, cried her eyeballs out, dreamt about killing her husband, probably stalked the woman he was having an affair with. She probably knows more about that woman than the woman knows about herself. She's gone through all of that and is now working on her marriage. And she writes, no one in my family will give him a second chance. And I thought, we hear this so often. How many times couples are being challenged and the support system won't do their job. Now, I'm not talking about a chronic cheater. I'm not talking, because I wrote her back and I was like, how many times has this happened? Has he been doing this for 20 years? Because I can understand why a support system would be like, look, lady, he's cheated and come back and cheated and come back 15 times and you've taken him back every time. Then I can understand why the support system would wash their hands. She was like, no, we've been married 11 years. This is his first affair. This I don't get. It is so easy for everybody else to be like, I would never take back a cheater. We've talked about this before. How many people are like, I would never, just get over it, move on. He clearly doesn't love you. He clearly doesn't. And I don't agree with that. I don't necessarily believe that affairs directly equate to how much someone loves you. I think affairs more relate to how much someone loves themselves. It is usually, when someone cheats, it is typically when their self-esteem has tanked. And what's more amazing is this woman has gotten to a point where she's like, our marriage now is better, stronger, healthier, more open, more honest, better communication than it ever was. it's like a whole different marriage, but I cannot get my family on board. So I said, what is it that you are asking from me? Because you and your husband seem to be in a great place. And she says, well, how do I get over it? The family thing. You don't. Who gets over that? You don't. The saddest part is that eventually, hopefully, her and her husband will move on and they will continue to be happier and healthier and more and have better communication and function better and all of those things down the road. And she will feel this giant rift with her family. And then they will have to try to rectify that void, which is so difficult. It just is difficult. Because here is the thing. When you feel emotionally abandoned by the people you need most, by the people that you count on, it is so hard to forgive. I'm not saying you shouldn't forgive. I'm saying it is so hard. I remember calling one of my sisters one time. I was in excruciating pain. It was 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. I had had my heart broken by a friend. Broken. And I called my sister and she was like, oh, well, you know, whatever. And I remember feeling emotionally abandoned. My sister could not be bothered to comfort me in any way. And I remember thinking, I really don't like you. I think you are gross right now. That is how I feel. I am now more angry at you for abandoning me in my time of need than I am at the person who broke my heart. Let me keep it 150% real. And it took us a hot minute. I'm talking about like a hot yoga minute, like a super, super hot minute for me to like get past that. She was like, I clearly didn't handle it right. Yeah, no, you didn't. Nope. Because then, not like comparing sisters. They're very different people, but called my other sister who was like, what do I need to do? Where do I hide the body? Right. That's right. Right. So even if you don't agree with somebody else's choices, you can't abandon them, which is a bullying tactic to get them to do what you want them to do. That is so unfair. When you withdraw emotional support from somebody because you don't agree with their decisions, you are essentially trying to bully them into doing what you want them to do. And you may be going, no, Jamie, no. No, yes, that is what is happening. I am not talking about the situations that continue to reoccur where you keep putting yourself out as the support system. You keep trying to support someone and they continue to make the same bad decision over and over and over again. Eventually, you have to abort mission or you'll just become a doormat. I'm talking about these types of situations where someone makes a decision that you wouldn't make. You can't see how they're making that decision. You're so strong. You would never let that person back in your life. Great for you, but retracting your emotional support when somebody needs you most because you disagree with their decision is a bullying tactic. You are trying to get them, you are trying to leave them on an island alone so they feel scared enough to do what you want them to do. But I will tell you this, when someone makes an emotional decision for someone else and not for themselves, it always backfires. Always. So when you are faced as the support, with supporting someone through something that you hopefully never have to walk through, just be there. Even if you disagree, even if you know for sure it's going to blow up in their face, just be there because sometimes people need to walk through that storm. The only way out is through. So just hold the umbrella. I love you so much today. Have a great day.